Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we're discussing a late 2024 launch, November 2024, for the 2025 model year from Breitling. This is the Super Avenger B01 Chronograph 46 Night Mission. So the name pretty much says it all. 46 millimeters in diameter in a combination of titanium and black ceramic. The watch is a low glare, tactically inspired dive watch, pilot's watch hybrid. More on that in a moment. So it's 46 in diameter, 15.5 thick, and then from lug tip to lug tip, 54.3 with the 24 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Because it is made of titanium, ceramic, and sapphire, all fairly light materials, it doesn't feel as heavy on the wrist as a 46 typically would, though you can see it definitely looks as large as a 46. I'm going to recommend a bigger wrist than my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. Think 17 or 18 to wear this well. It's not super thick, but it is broad, particularly that 54 plus lug to lug. That's the defining measurement here. The strap's a good looking piece. As you can see, we have a combination of leather with a green monotone stitch, a textile pattern on the top, and a little bit of bolstering to add some volume here. You can see it has a strong central bolstered spine, and then on the underside you can see it's a brand new Breitling factory strap. No crimping, no gouging. We've got a titanium single fold clasp here. You have to press both triggers to open it so it won't open inadvertently. Jumping over, you can see this is a sort of military tactical green. That's the idea. Low visibility and low glare. That's why the case is all satin finished. So ceramic is a great material because if you hate refinishing, you hate scratches, you hate dents and divots, and if you're buying pre-owned, you want to know whether or not a watch has been refinished. Well, with ceramic, you don't have any of those concerns. People ask me, Tim, won't I fracture or crack it? Well, not if you don't regularly break sapphire crystals. If you smash your sapphires all the time, then yeah, pump the brakes on ceramic, but you've got bigger problems. Most people who will never crack a sapphire crystal will never put a mark on ceramic. It'll look as new as the day it left Grenchen until the day you sell it or it's inherited by your heirs. What we have here is some matte finished titanium. All the hardware and metal is titanium. The watch has a generous amount of water resistance, 300 meters, and then a really nicely calibrated 120 click diving bezel. Really great feel and sound, great balance between refinement and a sharp detent. You line that up with the minute hand. Now you have the ability to time two events concurrently, one with the chronograph, one with the 60-minute count up bezel. We'll do a quick loom shot. You can see the size of that bezel pearl. It's really easy to see. Also appreciate that all of the registers and hands on the dial are luminescent. Now the bezel is tougher than you think. You can see in profile these screws that fix it to the case. Well, those screws fix it to the case so that it can't be snapped off by accident. This is called a captive bezel, and it's more securely fixed to the case than a Tag, Rolex, or Omega style snap-on bezel. You can also see these rider tabs, which, at least in the modern era of Breitling, first appeared on the Chronomat of the early 80s. The idea is to make it easier to manipulate while your hands are wet, sweaty, or gloved, and gloved is particularly likely if you're flying a night mission with this watch. Granted, it has a high Walter MIDI factor too, but it's a lot of fun to imagine. You can see we have a lovely carbon fiber dial disc with a very light sort of lime green grade of superluminova, and that gives you a bright and luminous nighttime effect, though you will notice that the hands themselves feature a brighter still variant of superluminova, so you will never lose track of those. Taking a quick look, we've got a number of setting modes here. We got a hacking seconds function, so you can stop everything and set to a reference time. And we also have a quick set for the date. Taking a quick look too, you can see low glare is the theme here. All of the hands have a matte finish. Turn it over, and like I said, dive bezel, constant operation indicator, 300 meter water resistance. It's a pilot's chronograph, but it's also a dive watch. Breitling in-house caliber B01, automatic winding, 70-hour power reserve, 4 Hz beat rate, 45 joules, 5 position adjustment, COSC certified Swiss chronometer. And then it's got a combination of a column wheel function selector, which you can see right here, that makes the operation crisp. And then it's got a vertical clutch for seamless jump-free engagement when you start the chrono. And if you like to leave your chronograph running full-time, the vertical clutch will not cause any additional wear and tear to the watch. So with a vertical clutch chrono like this, you can do that. And with almost 3 days of power reserve, it has a nice, healthy, contemporary autonomy via automatic winding. You can also wind it with the crown. And although the B01 was not originally envisioned as a display caseback movement when it was designed in the 2000s, it's large and good looking, which makes it well suited to the current era of Breitling displayback casebacks. A hybrid of Edicron and sort of Breitling's own proprietary adjustment. We have Edicron for fine adjustments and beat error correction, and then an eccentric screw regulator for exceptionally fine adjustments. It's 4 Hertz beat rate. You can see it uses KIF shock protection. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.